All right, we are getting closer and closer to the finish line. So let's prepare the ending scene. The idea is to move this glass, hide it behind the bottle, then make a label, a plane as label. We made the label before, and project that video on the here, or maybe the last image. I haven't decided yet. And make this plane wrapped around the shape. And through the camera, we see moving out, and we're rotating the glass back to original position right here. All right, then with help of some of these particles up here, we're gonna make a drop of some, maybe a few strawberries down, and one of them going right into the glass. All right, then we get some splash, and that's done basically. It's easy to say but hard to do, so let's go ahead and start the process. It's worth mentioning I made this a little bit skinnier. How? I just moved the pivot point to the bottom right here with the, remember I'm using 3D viewport pie menu. So one of the menus is pivot menu, set origin. So move the origin to the bottom, and you see the dimension here. Simply hit S, Shift Z to exclude the Z axis and scale it. Maybe it was 12 or something. Just made it 10, and that looks proportionally right. All right, so let's go ahead and move this glass to the back. Oh, and one more thing, I just move this line, the milkshake inside the glass, a little bit higher. It was around here, so 1 centimeter high. All right, that's all the changes. All right, the glass and bottle are two objects. Simply grab your glass and move the origin to the cursor. All right, now if I go to top view and rotate it right there, you see it goes here. So let's go ahead and move it 90 degree to the z-axis. From front view, we can't see the glass, right? Yeah, we can't see that. All right, now we left with the bottle only. Zoom on the bottle and let's make another plane. So let's make it in the same collection. Plane to the view, and let's go make the height 9 centimeter, and here to the X, let's go and make it 20. So 20 by 9. Maybe here is good. So let me exactly move it to the grid right there. So I'll move the origin to bottom. So this is too curvy, and we might get in trouble. So let me move one grid down. Yeah, that's good. And from top view, let's go grab it. Move it right in front of the bottom, right there. So we need some subdivision, some edges to have a little bit of quality, density to wrap around, but let's do that in the edit mode. Before that, let's go ahead and apply the scale and also rotation. enter edit mode and insert some edge. I'm scrolling my mouse. You can do that right here. So this is 20. Let's go 40 edges. And because we have a little bit of curve here, right there, and I wanted to be able to wrap that real nice, let's go add some right here too. So it was 9, 18, nice. Back to the object mode and right. So obviously we need to change the color of the milkshake. It's not right. So let's go and add a simple deform here, simple deform modifier. Change it to bend and z-axis. So we're looking for 233. Let's shade the smoothness. After that, we need to have a shrink wrap too. Select the bottle as the target and add a little bit of gap. 0.02 maybe is enough. Right? Right, so basically we're gonna animate this. So let's go ahead. First of all, let me go ahead and copy this camera. This is the camera from the particle system and the previous scene. So shift the that, duplicate. Let's go move it down. The settings are the same. So another thing is the focus area. Let's do one more empty cube. And we wanted that to be over here. So in this camera, let's go ahead and change the focal length to be this one. Not bottle, this empty. And let's go ahead and move this empty to the camera too. So let's go. And the reason why we not seeing anything because this is default camera. So click on this icon right here to see through the camera properly. So let's go ahead and this is label. Let's change the name. Turn this off. Go to the camera. Let's go match this to the label. All right. Alrighty, now let's go and animate this. Add some keyframes. So we're starting this frame right here, like so. Oh, what's happening here? Yeah, it was set to the other camera. Right, so as I was saying, we are starting with this scene, either animating or showing the movie of creation of the label on this scene with two black bars hiding the bottle, or simply reveal the label and start the animation. So either way, this is the starting scene. So let's go to the label, 0 frame 0, and let's say I set that to 33. So let me go to the last frame. So maybe enable the playhead snapping based on seconds. So 1 second. Is it enough? I don't know, but you can change it later. So 24 frame right there. Let's go activate this. Let's keep it active. Just add a key right there. And back to the frame 0. Let's make this 0 and add a single keyframe so we get some closing animation right here. And let's disable the snapping. 1 frame after 24. Let's go activate the shrink wrap. Right click on the visible button and also the render button, make them active. Add a keyframe and let's go back to the frame 24. Deactive, add a keyframe, add a keyframe. All right, and this is what we get so far. So that is the animation. Next, we need to move the camera back. So camera goes back to full frame of the bottle. So from where after this happens, after this animation right here, let's go and select the camera and add a single key to Y. All right, at the same time, let's add a key for the Z as well. Let's go maybe around 45. Back that, and also a little bit of Z, make a little bit of room right there. And let's go add some keyframes. And this is the animation. Going back right about here. All right, I want this bottle to rotate at the same time when it goes to the back, kind of in the middle right here. So let's go here and grab the bottle. And also let's go drop the label with shift. Where is it? Label, grab the shift, go to the bottle. So you want to rotate them at the same time. So what's the frame? It was 25. So grab your bottle. And to the Z-axis rotation, let's go ahead and add a single keyframe. Let's go kind of in the middle, maybe here, 35 or so. And maybe rotate 360 degree and back here. What about here? So let's go 40. Let's see that in render. Not bad. Right? Save the project. And also let's add maybe to this key right here. Add a little bit of break. So let's go and hit the T, open up the keyframe interpolation, and let's go back. Maybe move this to 45, have a little bit of more room. Let's go 55, but start right here. So let's start 30. All right, now when we get to here, when rotation of the bottle stops, let's go to the top view, grab this glass, z-axis rotation, right click, single keyframe, and let's go make it 0, but maybe here. That gives us this animation. All right. And to this frame, to the starting frame of movement for the glass, let's go and add the maybe let's not add anything. That's good. It's rotating and coming out. So let's add another keyframes to the camera. So select your camera. Now we're gonna put this right into the middle of the scene. So here, before rotation even finished, maybe frame 60, add another key, this time to the x-axis. And here, 65, let's move it right about here and insert single key. All right, this is the whole animation. And can render this as a separate plate. After that, in the same scene, we're gonna drop some strawberries using rigid body. So that's that. One thing needed right here, and that would be this plane right here. So let me make a new collection. Let's call it BG for background. And duplicate this. Let's move it to this one and disable the particle. Do I have another version? Yeah, I have another one right here. So let me delete this hierarchy right there. So this is the BG. Let's see that in the render view. So for this one, it seems to be a little bit too dark. So let's go ahead and change some material for the milkshake. Let's go ahead and use this color. Yeah, much closer. And for the background though, let's duplicate the material. And let's see that in the shader editor right here. So this is the color. First of all, let's go all the way rough. So let's decide this later after adding the strawberries. For now, let me go to the label, add a new material, and bring the last frame of the render of the label. So let's go image texture right here. Let's go open it up here. Connect that. I'm using the no triangular, so hitting Ctrl T, make the texture coordinates generated. So as you might remember, I said we need to cut this bottom part. So to cut that, I'm gonna move in y-axis down about here, then scale y, go all the way here. So I will go and decide the background color, simple color, and we'll render this scene. Oh, one thing, we don't have the full frame with the label, right? Let me see the actual mesh. No, we don't have it. So back to the camera. And what was the first frame? Here, we're starting, go back right about here. So let me go and through the camera and without, yeah, let's set that here. I don't want to disable the modifiers for the label, so let's go and move it in the y-axis so it goes minus 40. So let me copy this number and also for the y-axis goes up. So let's go to the camera setting right here, save frame, and if you grab this 2, go all the way to the 1 right here, you get this cross at the middle. So let's go match the top right there. So 1049. So 10.49 here. And this one, I'm gonna paste the number. Don't forget to replace the keys right here. So now we sitting maybe flush to the edge right there. Nice. So I'm gonna render 70 after deciding the background. All right, I landed on this color for background. I think it's cute. And a little bit of a red color from strawberries. It's gonna complete the look. So let's go and make that drop of strawberries then. Oh, actually, it's worth mentioning, I added a light right here. And this is the setting 10 to the power and this light, this color. So Yep. I rendered out this action right here. And now I wanted to freeze this to here. So to freeze that, first of all, let me save a copy of this file. So I named this final scene. Let's go maybe rigid body. Right, so let's grab everything. So I want to hit A, select all, and here to the timeline, hit A again and delete everything. So if I go back to the frame one, nothing's moving. Camera is in the lock position. So everything good. Now let's go ahead and make a collection. Let's call it rigid body. All right. So let's go and use this particle we made before. All right. Let's go maybe over here. All right. And to the particle setting right here, to the modifier, sorry about that. And let's go particle modifier, make instance real. So we're gonna make a real version of these instances. So while they're selected, hit M and move them to the rigid body collection. We don't need the particle anymore. And we only need a bunch of them. So let's go to the front view, isolate, and maybe delete this much. We're left with 40. So 40, I believe, is a little bit too much. So let me delete a bunch of them randomly. And let's go back to the top with all of the objects. And move kinda closer together. I need one of them to directly go to the glass. So this one looks good. Going right on top of the glass. All right, and they're in different heights. That's good. Maybe even randomly move them a little bit more. And which one going to the glass? This one. So let's go move this one a bit higher. And yeah, that's good. So we want this floor to be rigid but passive. So let's go to the physics, make it rigid body but not active, passive. And let's go mesh as a shape of collision, because we have this shape right here. If I leave it on the convex hull, it's gonna pretend like it's a cube or something. So it's not gonna affect the strawberries in the right way. Change it to the mesh. But for the strawberries, let's go rigid body and leave it at convex, because it's a little bit easier to render. Or cache or make a cache or make a keyframe. Basically is lighter. All right, so one of them is set, and let's go ahead and select the others. This one is still active, so go to object, rigid body, and copy from active. Now all of them has the same settings. Remember, every time you change the setting for one of them, change that to all of them with the rigid body copy from active in the object menu. All right. Next, I want this strawberry to go inside the glass. So you have to go and let's see, split this one. So grab it or hover over it with the face selection and hit L to select this element right there, and hit P and selection. All right. Now we have two objects. Grab the glass and go to physics. This one on also like the ground, going passive, and this one also mesh. And while we add it, let's go ahead and make the bottle also passive right there. All right. Let me save the project. So we have a rigid body up here, some collisions, and let's see the result by plane. Right, let's go to the camera and see what's happening here. I'm looking for the weird effects, such as some jittering and other stuff. I'm not seeing any weird stuff going on. And this much, I believe it's good, but let me mark this one and move it a little bit, same as this one. So shift, grab this, and extend this to 120. Back to the top view. So let's move this one over here and this one over here. So again, cache it. What if we make it a little bit heavier? The strawberry, I mean. While this one is selected, let's go ahead and make it maybe 0.1. All right, it's still activated. Let's go to the side view, grab them all, objects, and rigid body from active. So let's see the action. So they're definitely heavier and roll less, but a little bit of friction for the ground. It's not a bad idea. So let's go surface response. Let's go friction all the way. See the result. So definitely much better. I like it more. So let's see that through camera. Yep, good. Maybe even heavier. But first of all, let's go and change the friction for the um, strawberries, just like the floor. Now let's go a bit heavier, maybe even one. All right, that's better. So next would be baking this to the keyframe. So we're gonna have 120. So that's gonna take a while, and I'm gonna speed up the video for that. So let's go to the object, same deal here, rigid body and rigid body bake to keyframe, right? Good luck, my PC. All right, a lot of key being generated. What the fudge is that? Oh my god. Let's not look at that. All right. Now we have all the strawberries going down. So next, we need another fluid system. Hey there, it is me from the future. I tested some settings for the splash from the milkshake inside the glass, and let's say I'm no longer a fan of the splash. So I'm gonna do something else. Let's go ahead and delete this strawberry going into the glass and keep everything else right there. And I'm gonna grow a straw out of glass. So let's go to the front view and let's see when we actually landing right here. So to do this, you need to have the extra curve object add-on enabled. Quickly go ahead and search for the where is it, extra curve object, and activate it. Let's go and add the origin for the glass to the bottom. Right, then let's go and cursor to selected right here. Add a curve. And spirals, these are new extra objects right there, first one. And let's go ahead, steps. Maybe let's go 12. That's the resolution basically. And let's go maybe turns 2, 3, 4 times. So 4 turns. And height. See that from front view. 4 is too much, so let's go 3. And add a little bit of height. Leave some room for the profile. And maybe 0.9, not a bad idea. And radius. Radius, I believe it's good. So let's leave it. I don't want both sides of the straw to be at the same side. So let's go maybe 2.5 rotation. It's not accepting that. Yeah, why not? Let's leave it there. Doesn't matter that much. Right? Front view. We are in the edit mode. So let's hit A, select everything, go up. And now that I look at it, it might be a little bit, needed a little bit, let's say radius. So hit S, Shift Z. And S. All right, good. Now let's go grab the end light here and make sure there's no extra points. Back to front view and hit EZ. Go up. And the bottom one, make sure there's only one vert right there. You know what? Can go and select to this point and delete. So let's hit hold Control and delete verts and grab this one. Yeah, we can do that. EZ, go all the way down. Right there. So that's our straw. Let's grab everything above here and move it up. And now let's go grab this 2 with Shift, right click, subdivide. Subdivide a bunch of times. Maybe 5. Same deal here. Shift grab this one, right click, subdivide. Let's go 3 times. And now move this one up. Grab this and the first after that, right click, subdivide. Go to normal for the transform orientation and basically add a fillet. So local, down, shift grab this, right click, subdivide, and switch back to the normal and go up. Right there. So out of edit mode, let's go to the curve setting and geometry. Let's add, let's go 0.3 or 4. Let's decide. 4 is too thick, so 0.3. Right click and shade smooth. Where is it? Here, shade smooth. Let me even add a subsurf modifier to get rid of these harsh curves right there. We can do a solidify, but let's see. Generate and solidify. Let's go inside 0.01 and 0.03 and 0.5. Yeah. All right. Now, if you go down here to the curve setting, start and end, if I drag this slider, you see my curve is growing. So let's add some keyframe for this. First of all, let me go ahead and rotate that. So move the whole straw right there. Let me go all the way to the bottom of the glass. It is in the bottom. And let's go local and rotate. So hold shift. So right there. Maybe it can go a bit higher. So let's go edit mode, grab all of these. Let's go local and go a bit higher right there. Let's go and see the look. Not bad. Really likey. So let's go ahead and make it 0.4 for the depth, maybe 0.35, 3.5. Yeah, I'm with this one. Material wise, let's go and add a material. I'm gonna make it black, kinda. Yep, less roughness around here. And let's go add a subsurface. 0.1. Nice. So next would be the key for the animation. Let's go maybe put it right before here. So before they hitting the ground, grab it, go to the curve setting, make it 0, right click, add a keyframe, and let's go maybe here, make it 1, and right click, keyframe. Let's see that together. Maybe even 60. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's see if I can see these artifacts right here. We can't. So, might let that to be, or maybe even grab this too, right click, subdivide, grab this one with the local. Let's go closer to this one. Yeah, why not? So that's our look. I'm gonna render this and I'm gonna come back to assembling. So we have a bunch of renders and we need to go and assemble them in the video sequencer. All right. it's time to assemble everything. So we started with shooting some particles to the basically sky. All right, so these are particles. I'm gonna go ahead and all the way down, shift select everything. So let's go hit A and put it right about here. All right, so this is our first scene. They're kind of floating a lot right there. All right, so next would be our hero right there. So hit A, or simply can also go to the app and add image sequence right here. But this way is easier. Copy your address to the render folder right here, and it's gonna show up. So that's the second sequence. So when to go up here, before background going to blur right there. So that's the spot right there. I'm feeling a little bit of the darkness on the hero strawberry. So let's go ahead to the modifier and add a brightness contrast right there. Brighten that up a bit and add a more contrast. Yeah, that's good. Next, we did a little bit of fluid simulation. So heart-shaped fluid. Let's go with the strawberry, the right one, A, and drag it right here. All right, that's gonna be where? Below the heart, right here. It's gonna start maybe even a little bit sooner, right there. Alrighty, then we have the milk. Hit A and grab that as well. So they both in a left or right hand side. Let's go grab this one, the milk one, go to strip and transform, mirror, let's go X. So now we have this thing going on right there. What happened next is the label. So before that, I'm gonna go ahead and drag the, let me find it in the other screen, the heart to cartoonish shape right here, maybe here. All right, so the idea is to convert this to the heart shape before making the, or start making the label. So I want to make this one a bit or a tad bigger. So we go back, scale, just a tad right there. We're going up right there, and we go one strip up. Let's match it to this leaf. So it's going to be kind of like that. Then switch to cartoonish. Alrighty, let's go for the label then. It's A, grab everything and put it right below the shape right there. And we're gonna go, you see, getting bigger, then getting smaller. Right there. All right, let's see the timing. So this thing needs to go a little bit faster. So I'm gonna go ahead, move this one up and grab it, add a strip effect, add a, let's see, speed control. Let's go multiply by 1.5 maybe. See that? Get into this position right here. So let's grab it and go right there. So what's next? Let's see the final scene right here. So I rendered this one twice in separate plates. One is this, going right on top of the glass right there. So we go ahead, zoom a little bit, overlap that a little bit, and let's go fade in, kinda. See that in action. Not bad. It's going back right here. And now I have the straw, basically the last scene. It's going right here. So a little bit sooner. And it's done right here. Let's go fade out. So that's basically it. If you want to fade to black, simply go ahead and add a color right here. Add menu, color. Where is it? All the way down. Let me bring it up right here. And put it below the strip right there to fade to black. You need a little bit of sound design, but there's no sound design capabilities right here. I'm gonna make the sound, and next time you see this clip, it's gonna be with sound. I'm sensing a little bit speed needed on this one, the first plate, but overall, it's not bad. Not bad at all. So to actually render this video out, everything is the same as rendering a 3D scene. So you go to your scene right here, and the color management is down here. So change it to whatever you want. All right. And give it a folder. Alrighty. And the time right here. And frame rate. Simply go to the render menu and render the animation out. All right, this is it. Next time you see this one is with the sound, and yeah, that's it. I hope you learn something from this course, and take care.